It's my hey guys, I have something I wanted to talk to you guys about. But I also wanted to smoke. This is my last cigarette here of the pack. A lot of people, I've gotten a few faces, like they look at me and they give a face like and such. But I always know to immediately wash my mouth and wash my hands because I know the smell tends to linger on your fingers after you're done smoking. So to me, it's not that big a deal. But that's not the main point. I look like I'm promoting like a cigarette. I'm really not. It's like I remember back in 2009, the commercials are like Windex, or it's like it has less chemicals than a cigarette or something like that. Or so I had a bit of a complaint from one of the professors at the university today. So, I'm going to be taking Calculus 3. It's June 17 when I'm recording this right now. And, I received a message today from a professor, and then he's like, Dear Brent, today, and also, many weeks for the past, 5 weeks, we have received Calculus 3 quiz papers with your name and student number, yet you are not on the course roster. Are you able to explain this? Thank you. And so the backstory was I'm going to be taking Calculus 3 in the fall. That semester starts in September. And I thought I'm going to preview Calculus 3 before I actually take the course. And you might be asking, why do you do that? Well, I know that if you're the average person, well, more than average, I think about 80 to 90% of people hate math and wouldn't do it if it was up to them. But I just wanted to preview the class. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go in, pretend I'm a student, and nobody will know. And I'm just going to take the quizzes and take the midterm just to regain practice. So when I take it in the fall, I could get hopefully an A. I actually barely passed the class when I first took it because I was really addicted to games and such. I would always skip class, but I felt it was such a shame because if I actually put in the effort for Calculus 3, I would actually be able to do well on it. But when I went back to relearn it in January, everything made much more sense. And so there are two sides of this. I've gotten 80% and 20% on two sides. The 80% people who agree with what I did, they say well, I mean, I don't know if anyone has ever had that much passion for calculus ever. Because it's and it's it's really good what you're doing, and it saves money too. Because it's what you pay $1,000 for a 3-month semester, for a course. But then it's here, it's you don't just, the only difference between not being enrolled and enrolled is really just a piece of paper, with a grade that says A+. You could literally get the same thing at the dollar store for less than 50 cents, right? But then the other one comes from an ethical standpoint, which states that maybe it's unfair to the students who actually paid it. It'd be like being a guest who showed up to a buffet and maybe they weren't invited and such. Well, I'm gonna address that. I basically I'm not cheating, I'm not doing anything. All I'm doing is I'm just showing up to the class. Basically, I'm not writing an exam for anyone, I'm not giving people answers and such. And I'm actually pretty helpful in the Discord chat. No one knows I'm not enrolled in the class, but I just say to them, oh, this is how you do the find an equation with planes, or hey, here's how you find the line of intersection between two planes. There's actually a much quicker method than what the professor showed in class. It's kind of like an undercover TA. So basically, after some talk with the then the senior lecturer told me to go to the professor, and he said, you know what, it's actually nice what you're doing, but maybe just next time don't hand in the quizzes or midterm because it adds a new burden for the TAs. And actually, it's not uncommon to go. It's called auditing a class. The only difference is you're not allowed to like take the quizzes or exams, which makes sense. Like my friend Jacob, he told me he like audited a psychology class because he loves psychology. So it totally makes sense, basically. And besides, if professors are worried about like they're not letting me take the test because they reuse the same exam, let me tell you something. You're gonna eventually get exposed anyway, because it's like you're holding out the same exam for like many years in a row, and like the answers are eventually gonna leak out. Like my law professor, he got copies of exams before there was even any internet. So think of what would happen now in like such a year like 2022. So it's like, if the reason you don't want me to take exams or such is because like you're worried you're going to reuse the same answers, professors, like, I love you, but I suggest you think again. So that's all for today. On my cigarette's about to run out, and just in time for this video. More chemicals than a Windex wipe deodorant, no, detergent deodorant thing. That is all for today. I love to stay, but for now, I gotta jump. I'll see you guys on the other side of the bridge. Catch you next time.